Mic on, media's up. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Dave Allgood checking in with you on the second day of June. Hope you're having a great week. And I missed you last week. I think we were busy, but just have two stories for you today to talk about, and two Allgood news stories. By the way, thank you for all of you. Hello to those of you watching, by the way. Glad you're here. Yeah, just kind of. This is still a project for me, learning this, and I used to do radio for a long time, so the board that I work on here is by myself. Miss Tracy Sinclair helps me out a lot getting this stuff together, but I hope you guys are having a good day. You know, my biggest worries most of the days are why don't people use their blinkers, and I eat too much ice cream. That's my problems these days, and I don't sleep well. I need to sleep better. I don't know why, but anyway, I hope you're having a great day. All right, the first story, the Allgood news, was the possum story, Grubby from Homer. The Grubby came up, an opossum. And the difference between an opossum and a possum is an opossum apparently is North and South America, and a possum is Australia. And that's the only thing I know because I Googled it, right? I didn't know the difference, but I was talking to Sam over at the zoo, Alaska Zoo, and she said, we just call them a possum. But if you're going to be correct, you're going to say that any possum on North and South continents, North America continents, is going to be called a opossum. If you want to be politically correct, that's right. Okay, but anyway, but this is a cool story. Grubby the possum hitched a ride from Washington State and landed in Homer, and it was on the loose for about a month and a half, and finally got caught. And people didn't want Grubby to. They were afraid they were going to kill Grubby, and they didn't kill Grubby. So the Division of Wildlife, they shipped him here to Anchorage last week, and he's going to be living at the zoo. She's going to be living at the zoo. So here's Grubby's Allgood news. Let me make sure I get everything. Check it out.
Homer, Alaska is known for fishing, beautiful views, and now an opossum.
What do you think Grubby was thinking while wandering around Homer? Like, what happened?
This place is great. I think Grubby thought they died and went to heaven.
This is video of Grubby when she first landed in Homer. She's a bit of a gypsy. Back in late March, she decided to leave the lower 48 for the last frontier.
They're an invasive species, so they're not supposed to be in Alaska. She hitched a ride on a container ship from Washington State.
Seems a bit harsh, invasive, but maybe Grubby just wanted to get away.
Because they're so misunderstood, I definitely have a little bit of an extra weak spot for them.
Like a lot of us, and just look at that face.
They are a marsupial, so they have the pouch. They've got really weird teeth.
To be fair, it's hard to find a good dentist in network.
I mean, I'm sure it's very confusing.
Well, isn't life? Lincoln here.
I love possums just in general.
Couldn't get enough of the migratory marsupial.
I thought, well, I want to see Grubby posts every day, so I'm going to go and start my own Facebook group.
This was Grubby's fan page, people posting memes like, if Talkeetna can have Stubbs as a mayor, Homer can have Grubby for a mayor.
I personally am not trying to, necessarily advocate for a Grubby for mayor situation.
Political pontificating opossums, why not? Lincoln did say he had to delete a few recipe posts.
I would have been extremely disappointed to have seen her on the rotisserie.
So after almost 2 months on the run, the gig was up for Grubby. Social media reporting the police got her with a trash can, not quite a trash panda. Fans calling for a jailbreak for a confused Grubby, but cooler heads prevailed and Grubby took another road trip to the Alaska Zoo.
Grubby is for sure at the zoo, doing well, alive and well.
Guess who's here? Grubby! We all scream for Grubby. Oh, and there is a bit of a name snafu. Grubby's neighbor. This is Grub the squirrel.
We call him Grub Grubbington, Grubby McGrubface. He gets all the grub things. So it's going to get a little weird, but...
No weirder than a lone opossum in Alaska.
Thinking she was here long enough to file for a PFD, I think.
If I were the person in charge of reviewing her PFD application, I'm afraid I might rubber stamp it.
Possum fun dividend. So, Grubby fans, bring your cameras and you can catch this possible political opossum playing dead or alive now at the Alaska Zoo. And that's
Get to see Alaska's only possum. I think that that's really exciting.
the Allgood News.
Isn't that a great story? Supposedly it's the only possum in Alaska, in the state of Alaska. But I have a feeling there's more. Maybe we just don't see them, But Grubby is fine, doing well. I understand from Sam. I talked to her. I haven't talked to her this week, but last week she said he was getting along just fine and doing really well. So. And all the folks, I got to meet a lot of folks in Homer. So if you're watching in Homer, Alaska, thank you. And you guys gave me a lot of great story ideas. So I might be coming there in a couple of weeks, the 16th, maybe 16th and 17th, Friday and Saturday. So maybe I'll try to get in contact with some folks in Homer, Alaska. And I heard Homer's beautiful in the summertime as well. So looking forward to it. So Grubby's safe. All right. My next story is just we all love our pets. And how much do we love our pets? Well, when they pass away, it's sad. And we know most of the time we're going to outlive them. But it's even worse when you really love your pet and your pet passes away way, way too early. And that was the case with Will Bennett, who just happens to be my neighbor. But he had this lovely dog, Holly, and Holly went with him everywhere. And, Will's a single man, and Holly was just his buddy. And he's a contractor, and on his building sites, everywhere he went, Holly went with him. And she got, I'll let you watch the story, but she died way too early, only at 4 years old. And here's his story. This is Will's story about Holly.
It's hard sometimes.
But you know what they say, doggone.
To admit in the middle of our pain that loss, well, it hurts.
But she was more than a pet. I mean, she was, like a soulmate, sort of.
But in our grief, it's friends that do their best.
There wasn't a whole lot of remorse going on.
There was a whole lot of remorse.
To deflect and make you feel better.
Holly was a great dog.
So on this Memorial Day,
Well, we're having a celebration of life for my dog, Holly.
Will wanted to remember his best friend, Holly, his dog.
She was smart. She was funny. She'd crack me up every day, She'd dance. Just real devoted.
Holly was there through it all.
We've been through like 5 surgeries for me and COVID and just getting a little bit older. And it was just, she was there.
And that's just it. We expect to outlive our pets, but Holly here, she was just 4 years old.
It was like fine 1 week. The next day, she can't hold food down. So it's some sort of poisoning.
Were you mad at God?
Oh, totally.
How come?
Well, I just think it was way before her time.
Sometimes life makes no sense. Holly just wasn't a dog. She was Will's best friend.
And I knew that time would come, but I just thought it'd be way down the road. I think it was harder losing her than my mom.
It just hurts. So to honor Holly, Will is going to put her ashes here in his front yard with his cross and
I'm also going to plant an apple tree. Holly will continue to bear fruit, I would hope.
the fruit of hope, the circle of life. We don't want to forget, but we must move on. Enter.
Anyway, this is Augie McDoggy. Randall Augie McDoggy.
Will has had Augie here for about a month now, and this new puppy energy is a wonderful distraction, but it's just never easy saying goodbye when you care so much.
And I did, just didn't want her to go away.
Will is lucky to have these friends and a new Augie doggy to move on to the next chapter in his life. Oh, and getting a new dog so soon after Holly's passing?
It almost seemed disrespectful to some people, but that was, no.
That wasn't your intent.
No, and I think Holly would be okay with that decision.
I think so too. And that's the Allgood News.
Oh, he got me. He cried a little bit, Will did, during that interview. And also, his line in that, I just wasn't ready for her to go. And I guess that's the case with all of our pets, especially, I've got, I'm a big dog lover and I have several dogs, and they're getting older, and you're just like, gosh, I don't want to outlive them. But that's the curse. And I guess, the good thing is there's a lot of pets that need love. So when they go, you get another one. But anyway, well, I appreciate all of you watching the Allgood News and taking time to tune in today. And for a couple good stories this week, and we'll have more for you next week. So if you do have any story ideas, just email me, allgoodnews@ktuu.com. That's allgoodnews@ktuu.com. Other than that, man, have a great day. Do something nice for somebody and treat yourself nice as well. You deserve it, okay? You guys have a good one. All right, toodaloo. Oh, I'm still here. I don't know which buttons to push. Here we go. We'll do this. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.